Okay, welcome to part 2 of my DVD update for June 22nd. And the next one I got is Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo, hilarious Rob Schneider film. It's about Rob Schneider, who is this fish tank cleaner, and he meets this guy named Antoine, and his character is like a gigolo, and his character has like sex with women and all that, and so he goes out of town and he lets Rob Schneider's, aka Deuce Bigelow, to watch his house. And when Rob Schneider watches his house, everything goes wrong. He causes all this chaos in the house and destroys everything, and so he has to have the money to pay for the damages of his house, of Antoine's house. And he does the same thing like Antoine. He becomes a gigolo, and to try and get the money. But it's a funny movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's okay. It's a funny movie. It's a fun movie. It's not that great. So next one I got is a sequel to that, Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. And in my opinion, I thought this was funnier than Male Gigolo. This was funnier than Male Gigolo, Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. It's about Rob Schneider as Deuce Bigelow again, and he goes to the Netherlands, and the title is politically incorrect. It says European, and he goes to the Netherlands, and him and his friend Eddie Griffin try to search for this killer, this man-whore killer that kills, these men. And yeah, but it's a funny movie. It's hilarious. It's way better than the first, in my opinion. But a lot of people really didn't like it, but it's funnier than the first one, so check it out. Next one I got is personal favorite film of mine. It's a great film, so good, and it's The Sandlot. It came in this little sleeve here. It didn't come with the case because I got this at a flea market. But it's a great movie. It's about this kid who moves into this neighborhood with his mom and stepdad, and he really wants to play baseball. And so, he's not really that great at baseball, so they teach him. And at first, they hit all these balls behind the fence, but then they take this signed Babe Ruth autograph ball and they hit it, and it goes behind the fence, and they try to get it back, but then there's this evil dog that tries to prevent them from getting the ball. But it's a funny movie. It's a classic. If you haven't seen it, check it out. So good. And avoid the sequels, those direct-to-DVD sequels. They're no good, and it's nothing compared to the original, to this first film. But just check the first film out, but avoid the sequels. Next one I got, the last one I got, is a John Carpenter classic, another John Carpenter film, and it's The Thing. It's a classic. This is the original DVD. It doesn't. I know there's a new DVD that has a new cover to it, which I personally didn't like, but this cover's more, better than that. But this is a classic film. It stars Kurt Russell. It's about these guys that go up that are in the Antarctic, and they find this alien buried in the snow over there, and all of a sudden these aliens start to wreak havoc on the characters and on one of the dogs. But it's a classic. It's a remake of the 50s movie The Thing from Another World. But yeah, it's a classic. If you haven't seen this movie, check it out. It's really, really good. It's my favorite John Carpenter film next to Halloween. And so that's it for my DVD update for June 22nd. Thank you all for watching, and probably the next video will be my NES collection, my Nintendo Entertainment System collection, so stay tuned for that, and until that video, I'll see you all later.